Good evening all. Today we will discuss about the interactive panel. So this session is basically what we'll do about this interactive panel, how it will work, what are the main motto for this, we can go by. Initially we'll go with what is the initially what the specs are. So the specs are start with our internal memory is 64 GB with a RAM size of 8 GB. So and it comes with an Android 13 platform which is of EDLA. EDLA is called as Enterprise Device Licensing Agreement, which is called as Google certified. So if you can see it off, once you open this display, once you switch it on, this is the open dashboard. You can say that in the dashboard you can have your time, you have your browser, you have login credentials which you can log in with your OneDrive or Google Drive. This you can do it off, as well as you have applications of the Google. As I said, it's a Google Android 13 EDLA where you have Google Access directly, where you can have Play Store. You can directly download your application, whichever applications you wanted, you can do it off. As well, this is the main GUI interface which you get it off. So the main purpose of interactive panel is in an olden days where we have a class chalkboard where we can write it, and so once the teacher write it off, the students will write it off. So in nowadays, what we are doing is instead of doing that, whatever the session can be written on this interactive panel, it can be saved, and this same session can be opened it tomorrow or day after tomorrow depending on the saving applications. So it has an inbuilt saving application, you can do it off. So now we'll go about this main usage of this interactive panel is for your note application, which it will be an icon based. So once you have an open, so you can just open it off. So this is your white canvas, I can say that in this canvas you can write it, whatever the applications or whatever the teaching stuff you can do it off. So basically
we can change the template also.
Yeah, you can change the template also. Basically it's a type stylus. It can write in front side, back side also, you can select it up. So basically this is one type of thing. Back side I'm selecting different color, and hand which is this thing, so I selected it up, 3 colors. In this I have different formats of pens. This is a pencil, this is a brush, this is a paint brush, this is another type of highlighter, this is smart write, where basically whatever you are writing it up, it will convert into English format, English word, and it will give you an output. As well as this is a magic, where you can draw your small images and it will convert to your proper images. As well as this is a magic pen. These all the features you have it. So right, as well as you have this pen, you can select it off with a pencil. And today I wanted to discuss, I'll write it off to welcome to LG CreateBoard demo. So these are the points which you wanted to write it off. Session starts at 4 p.m. So whatever the sessions you can write it, you can write in all the points. So this is one way of writing it off, or whatever you wanted to write it off in this thing. As well as if you wanted smarter, we just write it off, which I said again, welcome to LG CreateBoard. Yeah. So automatically it will create your properly formatted these things. So that is also you have it off. So something is missing. Okay, sorry. So when I draw it an image, it will come some of the images. So you can do it off. As well as you can select this item and you can enlarge or decrease anything, whatever the file it is. So it will there. Again, if you wanted to write it on this one, again you need to go to the pen option, you need to select it and take it. Take again the pen option and you need to write it off. So one by one, point wise. So this is the way you need to edit it. So only main thing we should understand it when selecting this one, you should be aware of it, which application you are opening or which pen you are selecting it off. If you are opening pencil, you can write it off. If you are not opening and you are selecting this, it will go to image mode. So that make sure that this has to be there properly. And with hand also you can write it off. Whatever the images, whatever the things you can do it, all those things you can do. Same thing, even with you can write it all the with 10 fingers also you can write it off. So it is a multi-touch, so you have all these features also. This is there. As well as you have an eraser. Once press it of eraser, it will come. So you cannot go. So delete. So if you're taking a eraser, Where is it off? Because as it's a format, it doesn't go like that. You need to select it off and delete it off. So that's why you need to do it off. As well as we're going to the next page. We have a ruler. So basically you have a compasses also. You can select this any of your compass for your mathematical things, and you want it to have 120 degrees angle, you can keep it as 120 degrees. Go to the pen and write it at 120 degrees. This is 6 centimeters or this is 25 centimeters, and you can write it out in expensive. Same thing, you can go to the ruler and take any of the scale. Wanted to measure any of the things, you can enlarge or decrease it off. So that is there. As well as you can take a straight line, just rotate it off. You want it to 90 degrees, drop it again. So once that is done, your 90 degrees is ready. So 90 degrees, this is also there. So like this, you have a ruler which you can do it off. As well as you have shapes. You have 2D and 3D shapes, which is from 2D or 3D, which you select it off. I wanted to select this one, and the color has to be this. So when I collected this, you can go to the pen. This I can measure it up. So like this, you can take any of your 3D layouts and you can write it off. And I wanted to have this one. Take this box, and you can have 3D images. You can write it off. So only make sure that when you're selecting shape, again if you wanted to write, come back to the pen, select the pen and write it off. This has to be make sure properly. Otherwise, again it will select your 3D shape only. So next is we have a partition. So partition basically, I'm the only person who is writing it off. So some other person wants to write simultaneously at a time without the writing it off. So I can write it with all those things, and there is a gap. So this hand can't come this way, and this you can't go this way. So you will have a block barrier. So once whatever the session wanted to write it off, come back to this button. Again it come back to your normal display. Again you can write it off. On center also can write it off. The only thing is partition is making your screen into off canvas and making two persons to write it, not to interact with all the settings in between. So that is also there. As well as you have a tabular format where you have 2 or 3, whatever the formats you have it off. Take your pen, select it off and write it off. So that is there. So, and as well as there is automatically that will adjust it off. If you see it, I wanted to write something, it will automatically adjust it off. So you no need to be worried of it. Whatever the matter you wanted to write up, it will come along with that. Serial number and all those things you can write it up. Same thing, you will have a mind map. Basically, this is your hierarchy. If you wanted to write your manager, so you have manager, select it up, and your employee 1, EMP 1, you can mention it off, and EMP 2, you mention it off. So employment 3. So automatically you have your hierarchy. You can create your hierarchy also. So once you press it off, you can have it off. You can go here, select this one, you can delete it off. So all the things mind mapping, you can do it off. As well as there is a note application. Basically this note is to create your points. You can keep it on the board on the top, so that your important points on the class sessions, you can write it all these important points and keep it on the side. Same points you can write it off one by one hashtag, and you can correlate it off if it is done. So once it is done, you can have it all the note applications. So there is other called, we have a planet. So planet, when I press the planet, it will go to your planet mode. So okay, go back and will show you. So with the new page. So when I go to the planet, you can see the complete planet. So here you can explain to your students how what is an universe looks like and what is the things. So here also you can write it off, take your pen and you can write it off. So it's showing all those planets. You can write it this, and you can expand that whatever the dimensions or whatever the satellites are there, you can write it off and you can show it off. So that is also there. As well as when you press planet, again it will come back to normal position. And once you go to here, there is formulas. This formula is not an artificial intelligence, just to create your own formulas, just to create this template. So you can keep your template. So you can write it to your students whoever wants to write it off. So they can give you an answer. So you can create it instead of writing normal and you can have a proper format. You can have it that you can write it with the formulas. That is it. So basically, even if you wanted to change the templates, background templates, you can go to the menu bar and go to the template. In the template, you have a background images. You can select the different images if you want it or whatever the image you want it of. Select it off, automatically will come. So even you can save this file. Save file within. It is not a normal Word document. You can have it on it. So I select it off. Save all the pages. It will save all the pages back. And if you wanted to do a save as also, I can do a save as option. Same thing. In demo 1, I can do that one also. So even I changed all the pages, that is also there. If you wanted to do any templates, different types of templates like any music classes, if you wanted to have you have a music session, you can write it off. Any box that you wanted to write for the smaller children, on that you can write it off. 4 ruler you have it off, and that you wanted to write, you can make it off. As well as different types of templates are there for the playing purposes like tennis or volleyball or any basketball. You can have it off and you can show your skills on how you wanted to present it to the game. So that is also there. So these are the 2 things you can have it off. As well as you have this cloud storage also. Once you have directly cloud access is there, you can access to Google Drive, OneDrive, which you already have it up. Once it automatically, this data can be sent into your Google Drive instantly. So other thing is that if you create an email ID to this display with a dedicated email ID, with this dedicated email ID, you can send directly to your personal emails also. That is also there. So as well as if you wanted to have there's other settings called as dual pen. If you wanted to write with front or back, you can write, select it off. If you want to not want it, multi-finger, because I am writing, if 2 persons are writing, that has to be enabled, otherwise it has to be disabled it off. And as writing recognition, as I have selected English, so English is coming. If you want different languages, different foreign languages are there, you can have it off. Local languages are not there, but we are trying with our team to get it. So once it's updated, we will let you know. That is also there. So those are the things in the note applications. So most of the points are being covered on this one. Another thing is that as you are in the session, if you wanted to take instantly, there is a share button called as share. There one QR will come. You can take it instantly with your phone. On whatever the data has been set on this one, it will come on your phones. That is also there. So it's exporting. So once the QR comes, you can scan it off, and once it comes, you can take it off. On your mobile, it will come on your mobiles. So these are all things. As there's other feature called as, which is simultaneously side by side. If you see there is a button called as a paper or a picture mode, you can select this one and you select it. So automatically the screen becomes into off. So once it becomes off, take your things, take your Google Chrome. So once the Google Chrome here, if you wanted to write simultaneously side by side, you can keep it off. So on the one by right hand side, I have my Google. On the left hand side, I have my note application where I can write it here. And as well as I can show it, go to here and I completely check it what's the data available on this.
But that is the full one, interactive one. I mean, writing one.
It is not a full one. It is only off.
Half one only. So we can utilize only half one.
Yes, only half one. If you wanted to have to write it off, go to your preview and select this one, and you make it and you take it off. And again you can write it off here. Again the fonts.
Okay.
Can we? Beauty thing is that here you are writing and here you can see it. What are the fonts you want to discuss simultaneously at the same time. Okay. So that is also there.
Okay.
So even if you wanted to or you want to be still smaller, I can go for it. Okay. So I have 4. I can take like 4 applications. If I am taking a YouTube, just open it YouTube, and I'm making it the same thing. Application down, go back to down. So this has came down. So this on YouTube, this is a note, this is on Google Chrome. All the 3 applications we open simultaneously.
I mean, what kind of applications we can position here?
All the applications, which are applications you have on your Play Store, you can open everything and you can create all this thing. Everything will get this icon.
Acha.
Paper icon. Once you get the paper icon, you can do it off. Most of the applications it will be there. Once you press this home button, this is there, front to back. So another thing is that caching feature. Basically, you have your phone data. In your phone, you will have your data like your PPTs or images or anything. So this you can see 6-digit code. So once in a mobile, if you go back and you can see a casting feature or a Mira cast or a smart view, depending on the phone applications, the naming changes. The only thing is the casting. So once you go back here, you need to check your settings whether these are enabled or not. Miracast device as well as AirPlay and Chromecast. So once this is enabled, whosoever mobile you wanted to casting that, you can do it off. This is the only thing. So once this device is connected, you can see the devices here also. So on the device list, it will be showing here. You can have it off. This is a 6-digit code. It will come. If you wanted to go directly, you can go to this website. Automatically, this 6-digit code will class. Once you type this digit code, automatically on the laptop, you can do it off. That is also there. One main thing you need to make sure this in Android you can do Miracast, but in Android in AirPlay it has to be the same network because it is not casting. It is a AirPlay which is not a straightforward. You need to connect it in the display as well as your phone in the same network. So once in the same network you can connect it properly. So that is also there. And remaining things is a Google where you have all your applications you can download from Play Store. I can do it off as well as if you wanted to VC. So as you see it up, I connected a third party camera, third party USB camera. You can connect it off and you can use it for your Meet purposes or all the things. When you can go to your Google Meet and you can access directly to your applications, VC applications. That is also there. So I said it, each and every application it is has it off. So that is also there. So this is Google Meet. So you can do it whichever calls you want it off. Just give us the code, contact number. You can have directly, instantly you can use the VC. Not only the Google Meet, if you have a WebEx or a Teams, you can download the application and you can do it off. It's an Android 13, basically it doesn't have anything. Same like your phone, you can use it, but a bigger size of a tablet. You can do it off. And this is the major things you can do it on this platform. So even if you wanted to have it off, let us assume you connected 50 numbers of 100 numbers of displays and you wanted to control it off or you wanted to monitor it off. We have in-house subject called a DMS. It is called a display mounting solution. This display mounting solution gives your like I can say that enhancement of your Excel files, like what is the power, how much it is using it off, is there any firmware updates are happening it off, or is there any evacuation message you wanted to broadcast. That is, as if there is a fire is happening and you wanted to broadcast, it will come on this one. Emergency alert, it will come automatically to all the displays. As well as if you wanted to send any text messages, you can do a text messages like a broadcast messages. Wanted to a voice message, that is also can be doing it off. So these all the features are enabled on this DMS, which is called a display mounting solution. But it is customer to customer. It is not free of cost. It is an additional. But when project comes, it will be useful for them. So it's not for lesser quantities. For a bigger quantities like 25 above, you can suggest this model. This one also. That is also there. So rest of the things
we have a CreateBoard also, no?
We have our because right now I said only the Note application, which is CVTV owns one, but we have our in-house. So we have our in-house LG CreateBoard lab. So we created our own Note application similar to that one only, but you have different features, different to GUI interface. So you have, if you see a different interface, we have your drawing, you have your toolkit, you have a mode application, you have a board. Same features will be there, but additional parameters you have like collaborations, we have it off. Collaboration is a good feature. Basically, I'm explaining here, but your students are sitting in home and you wanted to have that experience, they need to take a collaboration. In their laptop, they will go to the collaboration mode and then they will select that code number. So once the code number is there, the person can be joined it off. And whatever the application you're writing it, they also can write it off. You also can write it off. So that is also there. And you have a screensaver if you wanted to have for a time mate, you want a screensaver, you can have screensaver. So basically that's a small initial things we have added it off here. Same thing, so same here also we have your pens, 3 types of pens. Magic text and magic pen, normal pens if you select it off. Same features will be there, but additional parameters will hang out also. So I written normal things, but when I go to the magic text, if I write it a text, so I'm writing it off immediately. I can select the languages which are it wants to come from. So same thing, I can go with the magic draw, and if I'm drawing a circle like this, automatically it will give me an asking circle. So immediately this feature is there, by default it will be there. As well as you have another feature called the magic shape. If I am taking any shapes, it will come. So automatically nothing to be there. Just drop it off, automatically the shapes are coming it off in a proper way. So these are some of the I can say that advanced which we are doing it off. We are doing R&D on this CreateBoard lab. So this is also there, you have it off. This is an eraser, you can have it off. So that is also there. These are images, you can directly upload the images whichever you wanted, like in device upload or any mobile uploader, camera uploader, you can take it off. That is also there. And you have pages. If you want to go to different pages, you can select it off and page it off. And you have shapes. Here also you have different types of shapes, 2D or 3D. So I selected this. So I selected all those things. Here once you selected it off, I am taking different types of colors immediately. So even the inside colors also, if you wanted to add it off, I can do it off. So that is also there. So even the color change outside border also, if you wanted to change, that is also there. So these are some additionally which we are doing it off. So it will be easy for the students and teachers which you can interact easily, and they will understand in a better way compared to a normal way. So this is also there, and you have, and you can save it off, and you have pin board also. If you wanted to have any pins, you can write it off, any like sticky notes, you have it off. And usual as gadgets, it is of a dice. If you wanted something, any questions, and you are asking anything, and just roll it off. It's just for your interactivity which you wanted to get your students. So that is also there. So these are some of the parameters. So if there is an inbuilt browser also, we have our inbuilt browser. If you go to the browser, I'll go for it. I'll just type it of anything like images I wanted to take for a temple image. So I select the temple, and say some temple is there, just select this one. It has to be enlarged it off. So once it is enlarged,
double click.
yeah. 1 second. So once this is came, I can pull it and I can bring it like this. So automatically image has been come directly here onto your desktop. So I can keep it like this, go back to the pen, select this pen, thickness of this pen, and I can expand the points. Expand the points on this temple, whichever you wanted in instant. So this is also one of the features we have it on. So once it is over, you can close it off and you can go for it. And this is once you have it up. And as well, here also you can change able to 3 colors. You have it up: white background, black background, dark background. Whichever you wanted, you can select it off. As well as you have settings also. Any updates you have it up, drawing settings. You can take color multi-finger, user development, soft drawing. These are the things are there. So most of the things, these are the parameters you have it up in this CreateBoard lab also. In this we are doing so many R&D. So in the later coming stages, this will be more and more advanced features with whatever there in the market, which we come with an AI also, we can come it up and we can have different parameters in this one. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.